Mary Rogers' 13-year-old daughter was groomed and sexually exploited by a group of men.
Jess was born with a rare skeletal disorder that affects bone development.
As she got older, it became more noticeable that one arm was shorter.
I feel ugly, Mum. No lad I like would fancy me.
She wouldn't go out without a jacket, even if it was scorching, so I was really proud of her when she became a majorette. One of my proudest moments was when her team won first prize at a holiday camp. She couldn't have looked any happier. Jess was a normal girl in every other way. We had no troubles at school, and on the weekends she'd go out with friends, but she was always in on time. Once or twice I found out she had a drop of cider and I grounded her, but you expect that. One night in July 2005, however, she didn't come home.
See you, Mum.
10 p.m. came and went. At 11:30 I rang around to her friends, then the police. I rang my ex-husband too, and we went out to look for her. That was the worst night of my life. We searched the next day as well, and then the police called.
We found Jessica with a friend, Gemma.
Gemma was in foster care.
What I didn't know was that Gemma was being groomed by a network of men operating across towns in England. Over the next few months, life became a nightmare. Jess wasn't washing and she had these bruises and love bites all over her. I didn't know her anymore. The worst thing as a parent is not being able to control and protect your child. How are you supposed to sleep when your 13-year-old is out on the street somewhere? You question yourself. Is it something I've done? Have I treated her different to my other children? But then the police told me how the grooming process works.
These lads have fast cars.
They're young and good looking.
They get the girls into their cars by offering them vodka.
Some music and a bit of a drive.
The girls may say no one night, but another night they might have had a bit of cider and say, yeah, that's when it starts. They get alcohol and presents, especially mobile phones. They call the girls princess and make them feel special.
Then a few spliffs.
And before they know it, the girls are passed on to older men.
The men introduce the girls to Class A drugs.
The girls become dependent on the men and the drugs.
The men are seen to be fun,
So they're the good ones.
and the family are bad.
The parents are made to seem like they just want to keep the girl in and make her life miserable, but it becomes more sinister because then it's payback time.
Drugs cost money.
They send the girls to pinch things,
Then the girls are passed around.
The men might threaten to.
smash up my house.
And rape my mum. There is no escape. At first, I didn't want anyone to know. I was ashamed that she'd gotten involved, but after the police had been here so many times, I realised it wasn't about shame. It was about a young girl, a child being exploited. I wanted these men locked up. The law seemed powerless to protect my daughter. I called social services. I begged for help. They moved Jess to a foster placement round the corner. Every night I'd get a message from her foster carer saying she wasn't there. Again, it was me out looking for her, so I asked for her to be moved out of county. I went to my local MP. If you don't, I fear I'll find her dead in the gutter. I want something done. If you don't, I'll go to the papers. Within a few weeks, Jess was moved to a therapeutic foster placement out of county. I couldn't have asked for a better placement, but after a week and a half, 2 men abducted her. She was missing for a few days before she was found with Gemma. Jess alleged that she'd been hit with an iron bar and she chose to testify. 2 men were charged with supplying Class A drugs, detaining a child without lawful authority and having sex with a child under the age of 16. People think things like this only happens to bad families, but it doesn't. It can happen to anyone. These girls are victims of criminal acts. They're not to blame, and nor are we. It's these men who are to blame. They have taken her innocence. I'm scared of what my actions will be if these men get let off. I'd go off my head. She's got problems in her head. Big ones. Recently, threats of suicide.
Mum, you don't know what it's like. I don't want to be here.
I was scared she would do something.
When a child is over 13, they have to testify.
The men know this.
They groom the girls to have sex with them as they turn 13.
The girls are too frightened to give evidence.
We don't always fully understand that they were being groomed, and that these men were not real boyfriends.
Driving their fast cars, playing loud music, grooming girls. And I didn't warn my daughter. I want other parents to be aware. 2 men pleaded guilty to all charges. They were 31 and 48. They were sentenced to 5 years and 8 months each, but probably be released after only 2.
With dependency issues remaining, Jessica remains a vulnerable target.